I am my last Google working day here. So let's create a web server. We are going to host a website today, and I need a virtual machine. So I go to Google Console, then I go to Compute Engine, then under Compute Engine, I go to VM instances. Then let me create an instance. I'm just taking all the defaults. Now, I'm going to change the disk to Ubuntu. So I have to create my keys. So I go to Puttigen. I generate a pair of public and private keys. I change the administrator name as usual to Linux admin. So navigate down and start selecting all. Then I'm going to save my private key because I have to connect to this computer using private key. And I'm going to call it as GCP. And I'm going to save it in downloads. That's all. Now, meanwhile, in under firewall, make sure you select allow HTTPS traffic and allow HTTP traffic. This is important. This is very important because website is accessible via two protocols, HTTP and HTTPS. So we have to allow both of them. And I just need to create. Don't forget it. If you do not allow them, you can't access the website. So just say create. Meanwhile, let me tell you about a couple of web servers. But even before that, I have to give you a little information here. So I have my Linux operating system here. Now, Linux does not know anything about hosting a website. And here I have a website, www.ragu.wiki. I want to host this website. And this website was developed using HTML. Generally, websites are developed using some kind of languages. They can be HTML, they can be PHP, they can be React JS, they can be Angular, they can use Java. And there are many ways to create. And Linux don't understand about these languages. First thing. Second thing, he does not at all understand the concept of a website. Websites are typically hosted with the help of something called as web servers. So web server will actually run the website, and Linux does not know anything. What Linux knows is it has to give to the web server some amount of RAM some amount of CPU, some amount of disk. That's it. He does not know anything beyond that. What he knows is this is an application. When the application demands, I need to give some RAM, some CPU, some disk. That's it. He does not know anything beyond that. The whole web application or website, both are same. Website, web application, both are same. There is no difference between website and a web application. For the moment, let us assume it is website. So web server is a special software that is particularly made to work with websites. Now, typical web servers are from Windows. You have IIS, Internet Information System. IIS is one of the most famous web servers in the world. Then you have Apache. Then you have Tomcat. Then you have WebLogic. Then you have Nginx. It should be pronounced as engine, train engine, car engine, engine X, not engines. Nginx. Then then you have light HTTPD. Then you have WebSphere. Then you have JBoss. These are all various web servers in the world. Then you have Solar. How many web servers are there in the world? You can pick anyone. The easiest of all the picks. And the world's most widely used web server is Apache. So we here in this example, we are going to use Apache. Say we selected to go with Apache here. We selected to go with Ubuntu here. And we decided to go with HTML here. Now let me tell you, sometimes some part of your websites may require PHP. Some part of a website can be combination of everything. So if your website requires Java, one of the important things is you have to install Java. Yes, you need Java. If your website is having PHP, you need PHP. That means not only the web server, you also need these kind of things. These are called runtimes. What are they called? We call them as runtime. Sometimes we may have to install runtimes. So for your web server, for your website to correctly run, what these are all the things I need. You need runtimes, you need web servers, you need Linux, some kind of OS. So this is a combination. Sometimes you might also require databases. For example, you go to a bank, you enter your username and password. How does the bank recognize you? Because it maintains your details in something called as database. Database is a collection of data. Every 9 in every 10 websites they use database. There is no website that does not use database. You apply for a course. Where are your details stored? Where are your credit card details stored? Now, in this example, let us look at an architecture diagram that is called Azure N-tier architecture. If you look at this architecture diagram, this is a typical hosting. Please don't regard the left side. Start from web tier. You have three virtual machines running the same website. First of all, you may ask a question: why did you take three different web servers with the same website? Even if two virtual machines are down, your website is comfortably running in this machine. Such a network is called clustered network. You have a cluster of three virtual machines. So this is computer 1, V1, V2, V3. So when somebody comes to access them, there is a special component called as load balancer. What this load balancer will do is, when the first person requests the website, he will send him to V1. When he gets a second request to the website, he will send him to V2. When he gets a third request to the website, he will send him to V3. So he is load balancing the requests for the same website. Is the point clear to all of you? This is a simple setup. So you are going to host multiple virtual machines with the same setup. The same setup, you are going to create a lot of virtual machines. You are going to create V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, depending on your load. If it is Amazon website, they should be having roughly more than 60, 70,000 web servers. What you are listening is correct. This is 60,000th server because they have to take so much load worldwide. Barrage of servers, unbelievably massive cluster combination. So this is the website. Imagine this is ICICI Bank. You connect to ICICI Bank, you are connecting to the website. Now, what do you want to do? You want to log in. When you want to log into the bank account, I'll just show you here. I go to icicibank.com. Let us go there. Let me not log in, but let me go there. So when I go to ICICI Bank, can you see this is the address? So this is the web server. So this is the server, one of the clustered servers I connected. So let me assume I connected to this web server. Now I will say I want to log in to my personal banking. Then he is redirecting you to another server that is nothing but authentication controller. See, he is redirecting you to some authentication controller. The name www.icici bank has changed to infinity.icici bank. I'm going to explain what exactly it is, and then I'm going to enter my user ID. Then I'm going to enter my password. Now, taking this information, ICICI Bank will go and talk to a server that is behind called as database server. In this case, ICICI Bank is using a combination of Oracle and Microsoft SQL database servers. So there are a lot of database servers in the world which hold your data, your user information, your credit card information, your bank information. All the things are there. So typically from Microsoft, you have Microsoft SQL server, then you have Oracle, then you have MySQL, then you have Postgres, then you have Informix, then you have MongoDB. There are a lot of databases in the world. You can use any of the database server. So to run a website, you require so many things. So many things. Make sense? Here we just created a Linux box. That's it. Now we have to do a lot. So here that is what it happens. When you give username and password, it will go to one of the web server, sorry, one of the database servers and say, somebody is coming. He is giving username and password. Can you authenticate? The username and password is in the database server actually. So he will say yes. Then you will connect. Then you will see account balance and all. Even though all your account balance, credit details, bank transfers, everything there is in database server, but there is another central server. This is called middle tier. So this is a three-tier architecture. The first tier is web tier, where you have web servers. The middle tier is business server, that is your SAP server. And the last tier is data tier, where you have your database servers. Now you connect inside, and your bank will talk to database server, and it will show you all your credit balance and everything. Now you want to apply for a car loan. You want to know the eligibility. So there is a form, apply for a car loan. You fill the form, typically your PAN number and your full name and mobile number and email address. Taking those details, the web server will submit the form to SAP server, not the database server. SAP server will talk to CIBIL, automatically get your CIBIL score, and based on your credit worthiness, he says, okay, Mr. Raghavendra, you are approved for a car loan of 34 lakhs, and you can have a 7-year EMI, and your interest rate is a nominal 4% per annum, not per month. Because you are working for a company like Microsoft, the risk is less. So that it thinks like that. So the decision is taken by SAP server. Once you apply for the loan, SAP server is going to do all the transactions. Once it awards a loan of, say, for example, I want to buy which car? I want to buy Tiago. I buy a Tiago car, and it's about 8 lakhs. Okay, I thought I'll give it to my brother for his local use, and they purchased. So that 8 lakhs is processed by SAP. Once the loan is processed, the loan details are again sent into database server and stored. Further in my life, whenever I go to ICICI Bank and I'm paying monthly 15,000 rupees, after 1 year I wanted to see how much I paid, how much is balance. So when I go to my ICICI Bank and say, show me my car loan details, he will directly talk to SAP server. SAP server says, boss, I am not responsible. I only processed the loan, but remaining details are with database server. So SAP server will go to database server, get the details and give. You can see your statement. If you want to print the statement, you will say print statement. Again, the web server will go to SAP server. Anna, he want to print the statement. Then he will create a statement. Come on, here the statement comes. He will give the PDF to him. He will allow you to download the PDF. That is how things will work. Did you understand? I want to apply for insurance. So you go to hdfcergo.com and just enter a few details about you. I want to buy insurance for my bike. So I have a bike. Proceed without bike number. So I have a, what do I have? I have Jupiter bike, So I'll select TVS Jupiter here and search for the variant. I have, let me select one variant. I have this drum alloy. Search for the city. And he says these are popular cities. So Hyderabad is not popular for them. So let us stop buying HDFC Ergo, guys. For them, Hyderabad is not popular. Yes or no? So we hate HDFC Ergo. But for the moment, I take Ernakulam. Okay. Ernakulam RTO is KL7 and it is 2022. Now I say get quote. I entered some details. So this is what I am talking to the web server. When I say I want some details, get some quote. This guy will get you some quote. That means this guy is talking to SAP server. SAP server will create a quote, and he will tell you, boss, this much you have to pay. For 1 year, 1,000, for 3 years, this much, whatever. So, who created this quote? This quote is created by SAP server. Now, did you understand how web servers work? That's an important thing,
Yes.
right? So, so in our case, we have decided that our website www.ragu.wiki is going to be a simple HTML website. Now, the runtime, what I want here is Java is enough because Java can support HTML. So I just need to install Java. Then what else is needed? I need a web server. I have decided Apache as my web server in this case. Then I selected Ubuntu 22.04 in this case, right? So let us do the minimal thing today, the minimum thing today, and create a web server. Today we are going to create a HTTP based web server. Tomorrow we are going to see a HTTP secure based web server. First of all, for many of you, you do not have an idea what is HTTP, what is HTTPS. Then I need to teach you what is something called secure socket layer SSL, or I have to teach you about SSL certificate. A lot of learning goes tomorrow, and today and tomorrow will actually be the prime basics you need as a DevOps engineer. This is more important to you. But for today, let me just simply do the default things. Okay, so to help you, I have a document you can follow. The document is a little advanced, so you need not thoroughly do it today, but still let us do it. The first thing we are going to do is we have to update Ubuntu. And all of you, please add sudo. Now, there are two ways I tell you. Let me first of all connect to my web server. So, this is the public IP address I have got. It's Linux admin at the rate some public IP. I'm going to call this as my GCP server. Of course, he's going to expire today. My Google is going to expire today. So let me take some 12. So I have taken a little bigger font and I say connect. So I'm connecting out here. Okay. What's the mistake I did? Let me load him. I did not give him the
Authentication.
authentication key, private key. So let me go to downloads and find my GCP key. Because I made changes, I have to save it again. I click save. Now I say open. Nobody on this earth can stop, even Sundar Pichai. Okay. Now let me clear the screen. I think it's a little small in size. Let me once again increase the font. Okay. Now the first thing you are going to do is update the Linux system. Okay. So that's the first thing is update the system. It is mandatory you have to update your Linux system. What happens is Ubuntu or Google maintains Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. This is the name of the operating system. Say today is 15th of February. So Google might have uploaded this image in the December month of 2023. Okay, that should be on the 1st of December. Now, after 1st of December, now today is what? Today is about 15th of February. So 1st December 2023 se leke and 15th February 2024, there may be many updates. Do you agree? Yes or no? There may be many changes or what we call as updates to the OS. So Ubuntu might have made many changes, but today we installed here. When we installed here, what is the date of the Ubuntu we have? 1st December. So don't you think we should do some updates like Windows updates? So the first command you are going to execute is, first of all, in these cases you have to become root user. Don't do as your regular Linux admin user. Just type sudo su dash, you automatically and upgrade as a root user. That's the first thing you should do. As a root user, you need not type sudo. You can directly type the commands. Now, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to update the computer. To update the computer, you need somebody called as software manager. So software managers are available in every operating system which help you to install any software. For Windows, such a software manager is Windows installer. That is a tool that is automatically installed in every Windows computer. You can see it, Windows installer. He generally is not running, he's sleeping. Whenever you wanted to install anything, any application is also called as package, then he will wake up automatically. He is called MSI exec. MSI exec, Microsoft installer executable. The equivalent in Linux is APT. Here it is MSI exec. In Linux it is APT. So that software manager is APT. Call APT. अरे APT बच्चा इधर आओ. अन्ना क्या करना आपको? अरे एक बार सिस्टम को अपग्रेड करो यार. Then APT will upgrade. What APT will do is he will connect to some websites and see if there are any latest changes. So to which websites he will connect? All the configuration in Linux is in a folder called etc. And I told you Linux, for example, I am going to root folder. In Windows, I might be going to C drive. Suppose if I want to go to the root folder of Windows, I might go to C drive. So I am in the root folder of Windows. I have every Windows configuration here. There are many folders here. Similarly, in Linux, it is not C drive, it is root folder. And Linux root is the upper forward. Now, present working directory, where are you? I am in root, I am not in your home directory. Now, if I say list or list minus L, you can see there are lot of folders, of which the whole configuration of Linux is in a folder called etc or etc. It's called etc. So go to etc, cd, give the whole path. In root folder, there is etc. Now where am I? I am in etc. Acha, ls minus lat. Again, you list contents. And if you go to the top, I'll show you there is something called APT. Okay. So in etc, there is a folder called APT. So go to APT. Now I am in APT. Clear the screen. Now I am in APT. Say ls. There you have a file called sources.list, which automatically comes when you install Linux. Let us see what is there in that. Let us see by using cat command. Cat sources.list. Cat command will show you content of a file. And here you can see all these are comments and this is the URL. So these URLs are automatically given. This is Ubuntu's URL. Whenever you want to install any software, apt will come and check these URLs. Is the software you want to install Java available here? Or is it available here? Or is it available here? Is it available here? See, he has got lot of URLs. He will check in all the URLs. So that software will be available in one of these URLs. Okay, now let me update. To update, the command is apt update. When I say apt update, apt is a Linux installer. These are called package management tools. This is called advanced package tool. APT stands for advanced package tool. That was created 25 years ago when none of you are born. Okay, even I myself, I am in school. So that was released long back. Advanced package tool will automatically install everything you wanted. So the first command you have to do is apt update. Now when I say apt update, what happens? Apt will go to /etc directory. There he will go to /apt directory. There he will open a file called sources.list, and there he checks for every URL and asks them, is there any update for me? Then they will tell you whether there is any update or not. I told you, right? He will go to West for GCE. See these URLs. This is the URL, right? West for GCE, security dot. Same. These are the whatever he is going and downloading something are exactly these URLs: security.ubuntu.com, US West Force GCE. Did you get the point? How he is going to do? And that is how he is installing everything. I am clearing the screen. So this is update. Now I am going to install Apache. Apache latest version is Apache 2. So I have to tell, Array APT, Idra, yes sir, what do you want me to do? Can you install Apache 2 for me? The command is so simple. Install apt install Apache 2. When you want to remove in future, apt remove Apache 2. Is it clear? Apt install will install anything on this earth. Apt remove will remove anything that is installed. So it is asking me, okay, Raghavendra bro, I want to install Apache. You want to install Apache, right? I found Apache package, but that requires 8 MB additional disk space to be installed. Do you want to continue? You say yes or no. I say no, don't continue. The reason why he is asking is, in the olden days when Ubuntu was released 25, 30 years back, the size, do you know how much hard disk we used to have when I was in school?
8 GB. MB.
128 GB or 64 GB.
మడిసి లోపల పెట్టుకోండి. Not 128 GB. 640 MB was the hard disk I used first time. When I was an intermediate, I was learning C. The processor was Celeron. I went to CTC. I have a friend called, I have a friend, and his name is Shivacharan. No, he's owner of a software company in Hyderabad. Very close friend of me. जाके अरे शिवचरण मेरे को कंप्यूटर होना रे बोला. He said, चल रहे तेरे लिए तेरे वास्ते I'll give the best computer. 640 MB RAM. Sorry, hard disk. 2 MB RAM. Celeron. वो कंप्यूटर ले लेके I am just, I call my driver. So I added driver, please keep it inside. I told him, driver, you go home and you stay there and come back and pick me up. तब तक हम क्या करेंगे, मिनिस्टर रोड पे वो पानी पूरी का चाट भंडार रहता. I want to enjoy that. pav bhaji, ghee bhaji kaki. That day when I was carrying it and giving to my driver, Shivacharan told me, "Arey Raghu, you are holding the fastest computer on this earth." तो देखना था उस दिन मेरा, you know, I was on cloud 9. Immediately the driver जाया घर में दे दिया, बोला Auntie Raghu told me to give it off. I am going back to pick him up. By the time he come, we enjoyed a lavish pav bhaji party. समझ रहा? So
Yeah.
that वो जमाने में installing 8 MB is a big headache. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Yes or no? That's the reason
Yes.
he is asking questions. Now, my point is not that. As DevOps engineers, you automate sometimes. Sometimes you want silently everything to be done, no questions asked. Like a villain says, no, shh, धंधा करने का इधर बात नहीं करने का. So to do that, you have to add Y flag. By adding Y flag, what happens? If you are asking any questions, yes or no, my answer is
Yes,
yes.
automated.
That's it. Click it and it automatically installs. So it is downloading, it is installing both. So it installed Apache. Congratulations. You have installed the world's most widely. I know I'm not talking like Shivcharan. No, what Shivcharan told was true actually. Okay. Now, but whatever it is, Apache is the world's most widely used web server. Now I installed Apache. I go back, I take the public IP. Now, if I put my public IP, now what happens is whenever Apache is installed, now now let me go to root directory and let me say ls. var is the folder where your websites are created. Let me go to that folder cd/variable. And if I say ls, a folder called ww is created to the right side. Do you see? I'm going to the folder www. So currently I am in var www. If I say ls, a folder called HTML is installed. So when you install Apache web server, before installing Apache web server, www nahi tha. Now Apache created a folder called www and it has created a folder called HTML. Let me go to HTML folder. Please जिंदगी भर याद रखना, ये बहुत बार आप उसको टच करेगा. Oh, so much important. var www HTML. And if I say ls, there is a default HTML page called index.html. And you can access this default page by just typing your, your public IP. You will access the default page. If you see the default page, then Apache is installed correctly. Yes or no? So Apache is installed correctly. Can you see here where www.index.html? That is Apache. This means Apache is installed correctly. Now I go to W3 schools. Let me create my own page going to W3 schools. I'll go to HTML. Okay, now let me change. Okay, now let me change. To the left side, you are seeing this is HTML script. Let me copy that script as it is. I just don't want to do any changes. Let me copy the script to the left side. Go to the W3 schools, they will give you scripts for everything. Just copy that. और यहाँ पे आ जाओ. Now remove this index.html file. Or let us edit the file. To edit the file, what is the command? Nano. Nano index.html. Press enter. और क्या करना? I want to delete everything. So type Control K. Control K will delete a line. So keep pressing Control and K together. It will remove everything from the file. Now, whatever you copied, you paste it there. Now save it, Control O, enter, Control X. Now something has changed. Yes or no? I have to tell this to Apache. Array Apache, you are a fool. What you are giving them is old page in the RAM, replace with a new page. To tell that, I have to execute this command. Systemctl, okay, Apache to reload. Apache 2.service. Unknown. So systemctl, what should I say? Unknown. So systemctl is the latest command in Unix or Linux that is quite a little difficult to understand. Okay, so maybe there is a spelling mistake. So it does not know. So if nothing is working, simply say service Apache to reload. The simplest command is service Apache to reload. This is easy command. This is complicated command. So this is the command to restart Apache. There is difference between restart and reload. If I restart Apache, suppose there are 100 websites, everybody will get disconnected. If I reload, what it will do is whatever changes we have made to files will be reloaded. Anyhow, we'll see that later. But for the moment, we reloaded Apache. And if you go there and if you refresh, you will see a different page. Make sense? Yes or no? So
Yes.
so this is a simple website what you created. The basic thing. So practice this basic thing. Even if you get a lot of questions, sometimes you don't try to answer the doubts you have. The more you keep answering, the more confusion complex it will be. Blindly follow the commands I have done today. Look into the video. Okay, what did I do? I just executed this command. I'll just give the commands I have executed today. I executed this command. First, I updated it. Then what did I do? I said apt install Apache 2 -y. Don't ask me any questions. Then I went to cd /var. Then what did I do? Then HTTP. I went to browser. Then I gave the public IP. Yes or no? And verified if page is working. If even verified if default page is working. Do you agree? Then what did I do? I went to cd /var /ww/html. Then I nano index.html. Then using control plus K, I pressed control plus K and deleted all lines. Then what did I do? Then I went to where? I went to I try put this in Google, W3 schools. You know, I went here. I have taken the heading sample from here. You also go there and copy and what to do?
Reload.
Right click mouse to paste. That's it. Okay, then Control plus O to save, Control plus X to exit, then service Apache to reload. And this is what I did. And and now once again access. Verify if modified page is working. Okay, so these are the things you have to do, buddies. And then there is a failure of the day. Every day we'll have failures. What is the failure? Unable to execute systemctl command. We'll see that. We'll see that. We'll see that. So this I will paste, and the video I will paste. So plus also I'll also paste this advanced setup. So all of you please go ahead and do only until here. Less knowledge, less confusion. More knowledge, more confusion. No knowledge, no confusion. So for today it is less knowledge, less confusion. Are
Yes.
you getting the point?
Yes, indeed.
What happens is initially